Guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we will be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Moon Knight. Now, of course, this is the comic book armored version. They just re-released it, and a fun little story about this guy. I got an email randomly a few days ago that, hey, your order shipped out, and I have a few things on pre-order, so I wasn't sure what it was. I go to check. The site still said he's for pre-order, so if it still says that, double check, because if you have a tracking, track shipment thing, check it. It might be shipping. Check your email. If you don't, if you're like me and you don't check regularly anyways, check it. Just be warned. So, yeah, of course, box, same boring crap. Picture of Moon Knight on the side. Moon Knight with all of his accessories. Another picture of the figure. Moon Knight on the front. Symbol on the top. Plastic-free packaging, of course. Not much on the... Oh, wow. I'm not used to that. Like, all this stuff. So, with all that out of the way, let's actually look at this figure. So, I'm opening him here, and this feels like different packaging. And it is. Alright, so I'm actually going to do a little packaging review here. Because this is good. For a caped figure, I like to see this. Where it's like... I don't know how to describe it. I haven't gotten a caped figure from this. But even then, I like these because it's harder to steal out of them. Because I've seen some people will like open the side, take the Build-A-Figure piece out, and then shut it back up. Because if you only want the Build-A-Figure, like with Howard the Duck, that's all you got to do. So that's good to see. Let's actually get the figure out of this packaging. So before we take a look at the figure himself, let's look at his accessories, of course, as always. So he comes with 2 pairs of fisted hands, each with holes in the top, and I will get to why those are there in a minute. Set of grabbing hands, of course, holding his batons, the staff, the big moon crescent. The staff itself here does appear to me to just be the same one Gambit has, but in all white, of course. So, yeah. Didn't mean to throw it off camera. These batons being the same ones we've seen with Night Thrasher, Daredevils, all those ones. Of course, you can plug them together and make a staff. Take them apart, and you're good. They're cool. They do the job. Not much else to say on them. Then we get to his, what are they called? Like moonerangs or something. And as you can, if I don't throw it, as you can see here, it is bent. And really, this is my problem with the plastic-free packaging, is all these things here with how they can twist and bend. Thin pieces of plastic like this, you know, Nikia's things, they all have a tendency to bend, and those are 2 examples. I've had a couple others that I was able to fix. I haven't yet really tried to fix this, but this should be pretty easy. Just have to hold it one way for a while. But we also have these 3 identical pieces here. Of course, these just being little smaller moonerangs, or whatever you want to call them, crescents. Is it close enough that it'll actually give some focus on it? Come on. Yeah, I know you're getting a nice close view of my fingers here, but this thing is incredibly small. And it's hard to focus on. So, yeah. Anyways, these plug right into these little holes here on the fist. Just like that. I don't know if the original Moon Knight was this way or not, so can't really answer that. Yeah, you just plug them into the front there. In fact, I think it might be the other way. My only problem is these are very easy to lose if they pop out, you know. So like if it just... Oh, well, it's actually staying in there, so I'm just going to leave that alone. But like I was putting these in earlier while I was messing with it, and I had one fall out. It took me 20 minutes to find it because they're so small. But yeah, you can just kind of plug them all in. Right there. I'm trying not to take the whole screen, I promise. I don't think you all want to look at my sausage fingers, but I think that's the right way to have them hold these. I don't know. They show it on the box. I'm just being too lazy to look. So yeah, that is exactly what happened earlier with that one falling out. Only I was not over the table when I did it. So plug that in there. If I can pick this other one up. Just put it in there like so. And yeah, you can see he's holding the moon rings. Of course, I'll bet a lot of people just like glue these in just so you don't lose them. I won't do that because this is also his fisted hands. I mean, you could do... I'm scared to do this a little bit. Could do it like that, where he's just holding it with both hands. And then he loses one of them. Anyways. Alright, I'm done talking about the accessories. There they all are. There they are. Let's actually look at the figure himself before I run this too long. Here we have Moon Knight out of the packaging, and I have to say, I do really like this figure. I don't know. I think this is just a reissue of the original. I don't know. I don't even remember what all the original one had, and I haven't looked it up, and I don't think I will. So this is a really nice looking figure. It's very simple. That's what I feel Moon Knight should be. But I also like the MCU one, so I'm kind of a hypocrite, I guess. I don't know. This is a really cool figure, though, and you can kind of see how I screwed up my posing here. Yeah. Overall, it's cool looking. Not a lot of paint apps or anything like that, but it's also not one I think that needs a lot. So, I guess starting off here, let's just look. Ah, crap! There went some of them, or one of them. Where'd it go? You know, let's just take them all out before I lose them. There we go. So if we take our Moon Knight here, stand them up. And pray he doesn't want to fall. Ooh, I don't know how I feel about that. The cape is just slightly too long for him to stand up straight. Like, yeah, I won't. I also realized just now my camera's a little low, so let's bring it back. So, yeah, Moon Knight, again, like, I like the black mask he has. Just matches well. I like this suit quite a bit. I believe this suit's first appearance was in the 2015 run. Like 14-15 run, only had like 10 issues, and I think this was in issue 3, I want to say. It didn't have a lot of appearances, I remember, or at least I haven't read a lot of Moon Knight. I read that because I had a free trial with Marvel Unlimited, so I just read that in the free time I had. So anyways, let's actually look at some articulation here before I just ramble on about the character, because I can do that in a minute. So when it comes to looking up, he doesn't. He really can't look up, and this was one of the things that bugged me while I was just trying to pose him and have fun, was that his cape here actually restricts it quite a bit. Like, this would have been a really good cape for an Ultimate Moon Knight figure, because he has kind of this ring that I don't remember. Here, you know what? Let's pull that box picture real quick. Where'd I put the box? Oh. Alright, yeah. It does have that, but at the same time, in that picture, he's looking up. I feel you could engineer around that one. So that's an oversight, and it's one that really does bug me quite a bit. So, yeah. He's got a mark on his hood there. He also doesn't really look... Oh, never mind. He looks down quite a bit. All I had to do was move that forward. So you can get him looking down. Just maybe if I push this back all the way, I could... No, I can't, because he just... It's really awkward to get him to look up, but that's the farthest I think you're getting. Yeah, so in terms of arm articulation, he goes into a very, very nice T-pose here. Now, when I was posing him around, you can kind of see... what focus? You can kind of see right there, I chipped it, and it just came off, so do be wary of that. It hasn't happened anywhere else, you know. I did the full 360 spin of the arm, and nothing happened on both of them, so I don't know. Of course, he has bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, mostly double jointed. Hands can do a full 360 turn, moves up and down, and of course that goes the same on this arm, except these grabbing hands go side to side. So, yeah. He does actually have a very good ab crunch here. Back real far. It's harder to show because his cape is so long, which is kind of like that. I get that, and I don't want to complain about Moon Knight having a long cape because I can still get him standing really well. Yeah. Do full little hip turn there. Has thigh cuts. Double jointed knees. I'm eyeing a lot, I notice. Oh, that's weird. I don't know if I like that. His ankle can twist. I don't like that at all. Yeah. Sorry about the long pause. I thought I heard my dog barking. But we're fine. She's good. Yeah, so because of this, like, you can't really turn the foot around. So it goes down that far, or should I say out that far, goes up that high. Yeah, so that's the articulation out of the way. I'm sorry it took a minute. A lot of things just catching my attention, or I'm noticing about the figure, because I haven't played with him for too long. Like, going into the complaints a little bit, I'm just going to pop his head off so you can see a bit better. But will that help at all? Not really. So let's just flick that back on. As you can see here, you can't really see it on camera, but he has a slight like paint smudge on his eye there. It just looks really out of place, and I do wish they would have colored this back plate, because if I remember right in the books, this was white. I wish they would have colored that, just because, like, it still is visible if you have him turned in any way. Even with the cape on, you can still see it under there. You know what I mean? But, yeah. Honestly, this cape, I gotta say, if they put this on a Ultimate Moon Knight, so like from the Ultimate Comics, this would work perfectly, and he would have great head articulation, because he doesn't wear a hood. But yeah, I would definitely say I like this figure overall. For all the gripes I have with it, it's a good figure. One thing I do wish they would have done with this fist here and these is just made it like a flat end on one side that really plugged in, instead of having it be a loosely fit one, because like all it takes is me doing that and it went away. So yeah, I do wish they would change that. Overall, I like it. Another gripe I have, and this is just with this piece in general, figures can't hold it. Make it thicker. See, he just kind of, once you get him on a point where he should have it, unless he's just standing here with it. Same with Gambit. He also has issues holding it. Only his hand is smaller, so you can kind of angle it in. You know, just kind of do that. But this one won't close up any further because it's the tightest it was made to go. Anyways, crappy piece. Always been bad, and I will stand by it. So, yeah, I like Moon Knight. I like his designs. This is a good version if you missed Walgreens, if you didn't get the original. You know, good way to get it. Kind of running out of things to say. So I guess let's just move on and scale him out. Of course, you know, as we always do here, just got to pull the old tape measure. Comes in at, alright, so it's like 6.4, I want to say. I don't know, I have to admit, I'm really bad about reading some of these. It's like 6.5. Yeah, I'm god-awful at reading a tape measure. I don't know why, but like my brain just mixes them up constantly. We'll call it 0.5. It's pretty well 6.5. I don't know why I said 0.4. Looking at this guy next to some other Moon Knights, we have Mr. Knight here. I did just kind of yank him off the shelf right before I hit record, so yeah, you can see Mr. Knight's a little shorter, and Mr. Knight also, I believe, was introduced in the same run as this. And I want to get a comic Mr. Knight with like the rolled up sleeves and stuff, so we wouldn't have this jacket piece, but I think that'd be cool. I'd buy it. I think other people would buy it. Let's put Moon Knight on the other, yeah, like this. So as you can see here, the comic Moon Knight is just ever so slightly taller than our MCU one, which is cool to see. And if we want to see him paired up with someone I believe he's teamed up with at least once. At least he teamed up with him in the Ultimate book, so I'm counting it. Spider-Man, and they are... Again, Moon Knight's just slightly taller, but I really think that's just his hood. So yeah, overall, again, good figure. I would buy it if, again, you're like me, you missed the Walgreens one, because Walgreens never supplies their stuff, and their website only works 2% of the time. I could make a whole video about why I hate Walgreens, and in fact I might. I do know Dan Yun said they should be stopping Walgreens exclusive figures, so we can honestly hope that stays. But yeah, with all that said, thank you guys for watching. Please do try to hit that subscribe button. I have heard that YouTube might be going back to like recommending videos based on subscriber counts, so I would like to at least get it to 100 before they try and do that. That is rumor though, I don't know if it's true, but if you would do so, it helps out the channel quite a bit. And hitting the like button actually does help out the video itself. So if you could do that, that'd help me a lot. Tell me your thoughts on the figures down in the comments. Figure. What are your thoughts on it? Do you think this was a waste of time for Hasbro? Because for me, I don't. I missed the last 2 comic Moon Knights, so it is really nice for me to get this one. And with all that said, thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.